Millions of veterans who served in the Vietnam War are recognized for their service.
The war faced a lot of opposition back home, as many didn't understand why our troops were there. 2 News reporter Allison Gens is live in the studio after speaking with Dayton's mayor, who served in Vietnam. He shares how he's seen attitudes change in recent years. Allison, good morning.
Good morning, Kelly. Lauren, around 2 million Americans were drafted for the Vietnam War between 1964 to 1973. Now, the draft was one of the many reasons why some Americans didn't support the war. Now, U.S. involvement in Vietnam began in the early 1950s, and the first troops were deployed in July of 1965. Dayton Mayor Jeffrey Mims Jr. was a member of the U.S. Air Force and one of the countless servicemen who volunteered to go into combat. He says fighting in the war was difficult, but coming home was an even bigger challenge. And that's because when soldiers came home, they were often greeted with hate and even blamed for the war. But Mims says he never lost a sense of purpose for why he was there.
In our minds, those of us who went on purpose, if you will, trying to fight a war in another place, in another country, to protect the nation from having to fight that war on our grounds. And so we are proud of being able to do that. What has happened over the last, I'm going to say maybe 15, 20 years, has been more and more of an appreciation for what we did.
And to show that appreciation, every March 29th is now recognized as National Vietnam War Veterans Day, because on this day in 1973, the last U.S. combat troops departed from Vietnam. The purpose of this is to honor these vets and thank them for their service and sacrifice. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates there are more than 5 million Vietnam veterans in the United States, including more than 200,000 here in Ohio. In the studio, Allison Gens, 2 News Today.